Hey guys, welcome to the PDS podcast. We're here with Joe and Nick from PDS Outdoors and PDS Gaming. Here on the podcast, we're just going to kind of give you weekly updates when we start uploading more videos, obviously. This is more of a trial run because we don't have all the setups at this moment to really upload as consistently as I think we want to. Nick caught a small fish, so we're cutting that, video for
Yeah,
this
we're
week.
gonna. So it was a pretty small fish. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was one fish. I was fishing for 2 days, and public fishing is really hard. I'm not gonna lie to you. Public fishing it's tough when there's like 900 other people at this lake on the same day. So I think I might cut that, and we might do a different intro video for the outdoor channel because that's it makes me look bad. You know what I'm saying? It makes me look really bad.
Understandable. But here on the podcast, we will also be talking about just any world events that we find interesting. Just really, if you're interested in it, it's just going to be whatever comes to mind for us. So you'll see a lot of idiotic conversation, mainly. And then just kind of what we got planned for you guys to come out this week. So I'm going to shoot it over to Nick from PDS Outdoors. What you got for us, bud?
So basically, I just wanted to go over what we're going to be doing per channel. For myself, I'm going to be running the outdoor channel. If you can see that, PDS Outdoors. It's going to be a lot of fishing. It's going to be a lot of hunting. When goose and duck season comes around, we're going to be doing a lot of that kind of stuff. I live in Colorado. These two individuals, they live in California, so the hunting is a little bit more minimal. I have the advantage of having a little bit more outdoorsy area here. So it's going to be a lot of fishing. It's really hot right now. It's July. So the trout fishing is kind of hit or miss. The bass fishing it's decent, but it's Colorado again, so they're really small bass. But once that duck season comes and teal season will be starting in September. So when September hits, we will be doing a lot of teal hunting, and then we'll be doing the mountain region here in Colorado for duck hunting, and we'll be doing a lot of goose hunting this year.
Sounds good. And he kind of touched on it, but I'm sure you guys can all figure from what he said. PDS Outdoors will not only be videos from Nick, it'll be from all of us. I know me and Joe plan on going and getting our hunting license for this season and go out there and get whatever the hell we can. But I'm going to shoot it over to Joe now. He's in charge of the the gaming channel. Sorry about that.
Hey, that's
All right.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
your gaming.
All right. Okay. So what we're gonna do with our see, this is gonna be so what we're gonna do with our gaming channel is we're gonna just get together as yeah as a group and we're gonna try and make the best gaming content obviously that we can. Obviously, we're gonna lean towards a lot more funny stuff, a lot more messing around,
We're not
maybe
that
some.
good at games.
We're not going to get all the dubs.
Yeah.
We're going to be here for the good content. We're going to get here for some solid games, though. And it's just like solid content overall. We're just going to all play together and just see where it really takes us. We've only been gaming together for what, guys? We've been gaming for a few years, but I mean,
few years.
like
Yeah,
now
but together.
we're like finally, yeah. Now we're finally starting to all play together and really get to it. So
Yep. You'll definitely see a lot of competitive gameplay because we play a lot of games like Siege and a lot of Warzone right now. But every now and then we do need to take a break and screw around in some GTA because, quite frankly,
Yes.
we can only lose at Warzone so much.
I was playing Warzone yesterday, and like I was pure on set of playing like all day and just like having fun. And then my first game, I just got murked right away, and it put me in a bad mood. So I just went and watched Netflix. Like I was over it. I was so mad. I was so mad.
And that happens sometimes.
that
It
happens way
a
too
lot.
often.
So
Yeah.
at times you just need to switch over to GTA and just go, shoot at a whole bunch of random people, and then jump back on later, and you're good. Your mind is taken out of it. You're fine.
Just start it all over again. Exactly.
And I also want to say, you won't just be seeing content from just us three. We are going to have a lot of guest appearances by the ones in our lives. Like, I'm sure my girlfriend, she jumps on GTA with us all the time. You guys all know it.
And
She
we have
sends
other
funny
friends
cards
that
that
are all.
happens when we're all on it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she was our fourth on GTA. We
Yeah.
also are trying to get a lot of more people into our. No, we're not really a company yet, but our production company, more or less. We're gonna get friends and family in it. Do some more vlogs, some more gameplay. Obviously, a lot more outdoors. Sure, Nick's not gonna do all the outdoor stuff on his own. He'll have a buddy out there every now and then.
I need someone to hold a camera for me. You know what I'm saying?
That's what chest tees are for, bud.
Plus, I'm not a crack shot, so you know. Hey, I've smoked the goose at like 75 yards before, but that was once, you know. So
Fair enough.
I don't expect
So
to ever
note
do
to
that
self: any good shots, Nick will say are him, but we'll have to go back to the footage on that.
again. Of course, I'm
we
gonna
have
say
to
that. Man. What the
Go
fuck?
back and look
Yeah,
at this.
come on. I'm gonna cut that part out and be like, oh, it glitched. Sideways.
It goes straight out of my gun, though.
Right?
I definitely shot. I'm gonna
Definitely
include the
shot it.
bang emoji or something.
Right?
Yeah. It was right over the whole screen. Just bang.
Oh God, that'll be interesting.
So no, this is
Um,
gonna be fun. We talk about a whole lot of random shit. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like me and Evan the other day, we were on the phone and we talked for like 20 minutes about the price of tea in China. Like all seriousness, we talked about for 20 minutes about the
Legitimate.
price of tea in China.
Well, mainly because I was telling him that I don't think people are going to want to watch us sit here and talk about the price of tea in China for like an hour. I was right because the
Which
price
is
of tea
fair
in
enough.
China only went on for 20 minutes.
I could have, I could have drugged that out. You know,
Oh, you could have
know me.
definitely dragged
I
that
could have
out.
drugged that out for a solid hour 20.
Yeah,
But
probably.
would you want to actually listen to that for a whole hour? I can't
Would
see
I? Fuck
myself
no.
sitting there.
Fuck no.
I can't see myself.
Right. So what? We're on week 50 of the coronavirus lockdown out here in California.
Something
I think
like
it's
that.
250, but yeah, something like that.
About there, yeah. Because people
About
don't know how to
there.
keep a damn mask on. That's
Yeah.
Masks are
Great.
not the problem. You don't need to wear a mask. I did not wear a mask in the state of Colorado until like 2
I was
weeks
gonna say
yeah.
Nick doesn't have to wear one, so that's completely different.
No, we do now. We do have to
Oh.
wear a mask now. Actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Per,
Okay.
per
All
the
right.
governor,
Sorry.
we have to wear a mask now if you go into any
All
like
right.
public establishment stuff like that.
Okay. So now you guys are like everybody else in the world. Nice. Got it. I'm just kidding.
Well, I mean, a little fun, interesting thing. Nick knows a little secret way to get a free mask from Walmart whenever he goes in. Why don't you tell us about your little trick there, bud?
It's pretty simple. If you guys live in the state of Colorado and you guys want a free mask, obviously I go through them like crazy because I wear them for work. So I like to get free masks when I can. It's like $20 for a pack of 5 here. So what you do is you go to Walmart and you don't bring your mask in. You put one in your pocket just in case they don't have it, right? You walk into Walmart without a mask on. You're like, hey, man, the dude at the front, like he's going to approach you like, hey, you need a mask. Be like, oh, hey, before you like cut them off, right? Be like, oh, hey, sir, is there somewhere that I could buy a mask here? And they're always like, oh, no, but he can give you one. Like, oh, cool. Then you walk over to that dude and you'd be like, hey, sir, I was told by that gentleman over there that you could give me a mask here. And he's like, oh, yeah, here you go. Put your new mask on, good to go. And you get a free mask every time you go into Walmart. Fun fact, there's a tip for you guys.
Fair enough. I like that new tip.
Yeah,
That's a
I have
good
like
tip.
20 masks in the car right now, all free from Walmart.
I
Sounds
don't
about
know that they're doing that necessarily here in California because, California ain't free.
That's true.
Once the 2 weeks, I think the first 2 weeks or 4 weeks mandatory lockdown ended, they're like, oh, yeah, by the way, you got to start paying for bags again, and you need a mask everywhere you go. If you
Yeah.
don't have a mask, we're just going to turn
Yeah.
you the fuck away. You're not coming
Yeah,
in.
that is true. That is very true.
No, I don't like that whole paying for bag things. I think it's stupid. Like when my folks came down, they came from California to here, and I had like a drawer full of bags. I was like, here, guys, take them. Like I get bags for free. Like this is stupid.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely stupid.
All right. So what's next? What's next on the agenda?
Joe, you got anything for us?
Yes. If I can get this to load, I'm sorry about that.
You're all good, man. I mean,
This is the trial run. Everyone who's watching, this is the trial run. This is day one
All right.
of
We're
one.
not gonna
Should
be
we
perfect.
talk about the new news over here, Evan? Should we
think
start
we
bringing this
should.
up right now?
I think we should.
All right.
Head over to
From
gaming
what-
news.
All right, gaming news. You know what? New news to us right now. Microsoft will stop doing Xbox Live Gold and make multiplayer free. I guess that's what they're claiming. So let's. I haven't read the whole article yet. Obviously, I'm like
Obviously.
just seeing it right now. But I mean, obviously, I love the idea because we've been paying
Think
for
so,
it. You know, yeah, like
Yeah, it's 60
year
to
in and year
$70
out.
a year.
Exactly,
But
$70 a year. What?
I
Go
believe
ahead.
what the catch on that is going to be, although they are making it free, which obviously will be great, you have
Yeah.
to buy your damn games. We're paying
Mm.
right now for Game Pass, not a sponsor. Just want to throw that out there right now. Although if this does make it big one day, Xbox,
Hey,
if you want to
Game
Pass.
sponsor us with some Game Pass, we would absolutely appreciate that. We've been Xbox boys for the longest time.
Forever, man.
But Xbox, you're gonna have to do Game Pass. Otherwise, we're gonna lose like half the games that we play. To be honest with you, I mean,
Yeah.
we love Game Pass. You can't really beat 100 free games a month. You know, it's just
Oh, yeah.
one of the
No,
added
definitely not.
perks. Especially because games I hear haven't really read the full article on that one either. But I hear the next generation of games, which obviously I'm gonna be the first one to get because I'm a little whore like that. Every time
100%.
Xbox,
100%. Hey, Nick, download this game. Hey, Nick, download this game. No.
Every time
I got like
Xbox-
2 gigabytes left on my Xbox.
every time Xbox releases a new system, I have to be the first one to get it. I was the first one to grab the One X because, you know, why not in my eyes? It's fun as shit. But from what I've read, the next generation of games is going to be upwards of $70. So
Yes.
Per game.
at least that's what NBA, the 2K series, is reporting. It's like
That's true.
Madden, NBA, they're going to be
Yeah.
upwards of $70.
I have been seeing a lot of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To me, what it seems like is the systems, in order to avoid jacking up the price of its console, because obviously who wants to do that? You'll lose so many people in your fan base if you have a console that's upwards of $700 or whatever. So to keep it relatively on point with their prices, the games are going to be offset, and you're going to end up paying more for disc games.
So what I don't understand is why are the disc games the same price as the downloads, right? So obviously it takes a lot to manufacture a game in general, right? But you have to manufacture the disc itself, and then you have to manufacture the packaging, and you have to ship it out to these stores. So I wonder when they do this if they're going to be like, all right, $70 for a disc at Walmart, but still $60. You know, if I download Warzone online, something like that.
No, I
Yeah.
wouldn't be surprised if they went that route, mainly because I know, especially in this last generation, Xbox, a lot of people might not be aware of it. I'm sure a lot of the Xbox fanboys are. They released a new console. It was a Series S, which was the white console, but it was all digital.
Yeah.
They were trying to push that real
Okay.
hard. That's why Game Pass came out. They're like, look, we get it. You don't want to lose out on the disc games. Here's Game Pass. You'll get a bunch of digital games. Don't have to worry about it. Still, didn't really catch on, I think, as big as everyone was hoping. So I think maybe that will be an offset. Like, okay, $70 for a disc, or you can buy digital.
Yeah.
And I think that would be fair. I think it would be, I mean, it's easier for them to do it, you know. It's easier for them to put a game online and be like, hey, click the download button versus let me go put 10,000 of them to Walmart, and then these guys go out to Walmart and then still have to download the same shit, you know.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah.
And not only that, but
I completely agree.
I think all these big box retailers, they are realizing that for the majority of people, especially I think the generation after me and Nick, they're coming to realize they want the digital downloads. Not a lot of people go to stores to buy games anymore. I mean, for the past year, I've been telling you guys to go to Walmart. Not a sponsor. I've been telling you guys to go to Walmart.
Yeah.
Walmart usually has the brand new games for like $40-$50, which is at least $20 cheaper than what they are now when you go out to a store.
Yeah.
But I agree with that because I mean, fuck, that's why GameStop went or is going out of business because no one goes in there anymore to buy stuff.
Exactly.
You
I
know,
heard
like-
actually heard GameStop, they're revamping their motto. Not motto, but their what their company is going to be. I heard they're planning on putting big screen TVs in their stores now. It's going to be more of a game place where you can go and actually play video
okay.
games.
That's a good idea.
It
See,
is
that's
a good idea.
It's a smaller version of
Yeah, I was
Dave
like,
and
that'll
Buster's,
bring a lot
pretty
more
much.
people in. Oh yeah. Okay.
Well, it's a lot like
I mean,
it's a lot like
well,
those, I hate when
What's
we do
up?
this and then we just there's a place there's a place by my house I know that actually was decently well. I know a lot of people when we were in high school used to go there. So they have like they're like internet cafes sort of, except you go in there
Okay.
and they have like PCs, they have Xboxes, PS4s. Just because not everyone has great internet
Yeah.
and not everyone
Hey,
No.
was that a poke?
I
Was that a
wouldn't
poke?
poke you. We're not
Was
on
that a
Facebook.
poke?
I'm not poking you.
My
I'm not
internet,
poking
my
you.
internet's fantastic. Is that a poke?
I will say your internet works surprisingly well. But a lot of people would go to these places because they don't have the best internet at home, or mom and dad don't want to pay for better internet. So they would just be like, you know what? Screw you, Dad. I'm going, and go to the little game centers where they can play for hours on end. Yes, Nick,
Yeah.
I took your thing.
What I have to ask you is that we went to high school together. All right, for all of you guys
We did
out
go to
there,
high school.
me and Evan went to high school together. Why
Those of
the
you
fuck
watching
is
know
this
us,
the
you
first
know.
time I'm hearing about this? Because I had an Xbox 360 in high school, bro.
I don't know. There was I'm pretty sure a lot of people in our group would go to those places every now and then.
Oh, well, apparently all of them fucking hated me because I didn't get invited.
I'm pretty
No, I
sure
got invited.
I had an Xbox 360 and you didn't, but okay.
We shared. We shared. Okay, we shared.
I'm pretty sure it was mine, but okay. All right.
We shared.
All right, we're not gonna get into that right now.
It was Christmas. It was Christmas, and mine said half an Xbox 360, and Joe's said half an Xbox 360 from Dad. All right.
Fair enough.
Also,
fair
for
enough.
you guys who don't know, I'm gonna put this out there as well. Me and Joe, we are legitimate brothers, right? Same mother, same father. Evan, he's like the adopted little guy that like
You
they
can't
left on
call
our
me the little
doorstep.
guy. I'm older than you.
Hey, shut up. He's like
Okay,
he's
I
like the
can call it
adopted
little guy.
guy that like they left on our doorstep, and he's just kind of there, you know. Like we grew up together.
And like we
in-
just keep
in
them around, yeah.
high school,
No, thanks,
and
guys.
he just kind of stayed, you know.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. I'll say that's pretty fair. But it's what it sounds like GameStop's going to. I also heard they might have like VR in there, which
Okay. I like that.
I know VR places are pretty popular. The hard
Yeah.
part, obviously, is that not a lot of them exist. So that
Yeah.
might be another thing to look at.
So I'm gonna tell you, I went and I visited in Korea, and there was VR places everywhere. Like that is a
Oh,
huge
yeah.
thing over there. People will pay bukus of money, and they go and do VR all the time, and they'll just sit there with their little sticks and their, you know. And it was really cool. I did it. It was really awesome. I got a little motion sickness, I'm not gonna lie, because the one that they had, they like strap your feet in and your torso, and the motherfuckers
wow.
like spin you around.
You
I was
really-
not expecting that. Oh, dude, I started like, oh god. It was awful. I hated it.
That's funny.
But it was a cool concept. So if GameStop heads over in that direction of like, hey, let's be like a Dave and Buster's, or let's be other places like that, and let's come in
Yeah.
here and you could buy games still, and you could buy this shit, but you could still come in here and play games. I think they're gonna succeed. Obviously, the GameStop locations are really small right now, so they'd have to expand because a tiny little storefront,
Yeah.
you can't support 9 TVs or 20 TVs or whatever, and have all these dudes playing all kinds of stuff like that. But
yeah, and I mean, I also heard, again, could be wrong, they could have changed it. They might stop selling video games altogether. They might switch to
Okay,
just
like
you
what,
could buy the digital
yesterday?
download because you can buy little codes and all that.
okay,
But they're gonna start selling a lot of that merch. Like now, if you go into a GameStop, I remember back in the day when 360 came out, you walk into a GameStop, it's nothing but games, like wall to wall
Oh,
video
yeah.
games. It was like every game.
so
was
what I'm hearing is PDS gaming merch is going to be inside of GameStop here soon.
hopefully one
That
day.
would be- That would be amazing. I would love to have our merch in there.
That'd be awesome. That would be awesome. That's the goal, right? That is the goal to have
Yeah,
Oh,
right.
that is the
little
goal.
children running around wearing your PDS gaming merchandise. That's
Oh,
awesome.
It sounds
man.
weird when you say
That
little
would make me
children.
so happy.
Hey, shut up. You know what I mean.
I know.
Shut up.
I know.
I'll just
but,
let everybody know. I don't have my own shirt yet, but I will be getting one very soon.
Joe's shirt is still in the making. Unfortunately, with custom shirts right now, if you don't buy them in bulk, they're pretty expensive.
They're fucking expensive.
they're very
We're gonna
expensive.
get to it. We're gonna get to it and get all these shirts.
They're,
but
they're fucking expensive. I
We're gonna get
went
to it.
online to try to make hats for us, and it was like, oh, $60 a hat, and I was like, what the fuck?
He's like, whoa,
I got this hat for $5. You know?
Yeah, like not to drop prices, but Nick's was like 36. Mine was 36. They screwed up on mine, so I got a couple extra ones. I got them in the large. I got, so I'm gonna give Joe a PDS podcast one for the time being. But it's like it's $36 per shirt. But then they throw in, if you buy 25 of them, they'll be $9 each. I'm like, oh, well, that's a great freaking deal. Too bad I don't need 25 shirts.
25 fucking shirts.
So we need everybody to want to buy our shirts right now.
We need to put we need to put like a little thing in the bottom of this video, like, hey, if you agree to buy a shirt, like you can click this and you can pre-buy it, and then you'll get it in like 2 fucking months.
Yeah, we will order all those shirts. Oh man,
that would be the day when people actually want to buy our stuff.
That's awesome. That would be awesome.
I mean,
you'll see
might
us
as well. Hold on
in the videos. So,
ladies and gentlemen, please pre-order your PDS merch at PDS.com. Nick, get on making that website. Hurry up! I already threw it out there. It's going
PDS.com.
PDS.com. PDS.com.
Agreed.
Copyrighted.
Copyrighted. Already done. I'm just kidding. It's not copyrighted. Not copyrighted.
Don't throw that out there. We don't want anyone jumping on the copyright before we get there.
God damn it! They took our jobs.
And PDS, this will be our last podcast because we are now out of a job.
First and last.
So surprisingly, I'm gonna throw this out there right now, just in case if this does get to some people who want to say we're copying them, because when we were creating our stuff, PDS is a common thing. There's quite a few Instagram pages out there and quite a few YouTube channels called PDS.
Yeah.
I want to clarify that right here and now. For those of you who don't know what we're doing, we are dipping. At least 2 of us are.
I don't got a shirt. I don't got no dip yet.
So most people, their PDS stands for people doing shit. Ours stands for pack, dip, spit. Now, that did come from a YouTuber named Outlaw Video, because he had, that was his thing in all of his videos, and me and Nick kind of started saying that. However, his official motto is pack, dip, spit, enjoy. So we are not trying to infringe on no copyrights on this.
Cut that part off.
No, I mean,
spit beep.
Right? I don't know. It kind of just became a thing with me and Nick. We were watching those videos a lot. And I think it was back when Black Ops 4 came out. We were all playing together. Yeah, Black Ops 4.
Oh, yeah.
And we were just like, sorry, I got updates on my watch. I don't know why I looked down on that. But.
And we all have watches.
But we were like, we should come up with a clan tag. And Nick was just like, well, why don't we do PDS? And I was like, well, that's great. Came up with our own custom logo. They're great custom logos. I love those damn things.
They're cool. Yeah, they're cool.
Oh, yeah.
We spent so much time, editing them, making them uniquely our own, but the same in the... Yeah. And then Modern Warfare comes around, and they're just like, hey, guess what? Those custom logos you made ain't worth shit.
They ain't fucking nothing.
You have our basic emblems. Enjoy them.
Unfortunately. But we were able to keep the clan tag, which is dope. So all of us have that PDS in front of our names on our Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
And now we have our very own Evan created our own design that we now have as our at least.
Really
that's our Xbox logos now, which I absolutely love it. And yeah, this is perfect for us, man.
Look, I mean, I'm just gonna say it right now. Obviously, going into this, everyone hopes to make it big. Whether or not we'll actually make it big, doing this kind of stuff, only time will tell. We have to make content that people actually want to see, want to hear. So, to anyone who does end up watching this, shoot us some suggestions. We have our email accounts. You can always email us. My Xbox went off. I did not realize they were still connected to my Xbox. You can email us. I believe they are pdsoutdoors@gmail.com, pdspodcast@gmail.com. Nick's double checking that right now.
I don't know them either. We probably should have wrote
How do
those
I
down
check
beforehand,
this?
huh?
You guys just keep talking. I'm gonna scroll over here. Don't worry.
Okay. All right.
All right.
It's kind of just right now we're in the development phase. That's really all it is. Videos aren't going to be high quality, obviously. Money's tight. A lot of people aren't working because of the pandemic. We're doing what we can. Nick?
All right, guys. So it's gonna be for the podcast channel. It's gonna be pdstevpodcast@gmail.com. For the outdoors, it's gonna be pdsoutdoors@gmail.com. And for the gaming channel, it's gonna be pdsgamingtv@gmail.com.
There you have it. If you have any suggestions, you can always email us if this ends up being big. Let's say you're watching this 10 years from now and we actually are a good channel. I would not advise emailing those emails because we probably would have changed them. Probably would have made it to where not everyone knows our emails. Because that can be frightening.
Those are the emails that we don't really quote. I don't want to say don't care about, but those aren't our personal emails. So those will be like the working emails.
Yeah.
Those will be suggestion based.
Sure. If you're watching this 10 years in the future, email us. We're still taking suggestions, hopefully, by that point.
Hey, listen, I don't remember the login information, so good luck.
I think I have them all saved on my phone, so as long as I don't lose my phone, we should be good.
Should be good.
Should be is the keyword.
But yeah, man, I'm just really excited for us to just like get into this and be able to make all the content and put videos out and just like have people watch our stuff. Yeah, do something.
Do something that'll bring us closer together while we enjoy our lonely lives and consolidated quarantine.
Exactly.
Hey, it could
some
be
people
worse.
are gonna watch.
Quarantine.
Oh,
it could be worse. I mean, out in China, I heard when this first happened, they were like welding people's doors shut and shit to make sure they were on lockdown. Like I remember seeing a video, this team in a full-on hazmat suit, some dude was trying to get out of his house. They like just shoved him in, and they slammed the door shut. And some dude came in with a welder. It was just like all the way around. I was like, damn, that's intense.
But the virus
that's good.
is on its way down over there, right? Like it's almost done.
It is. But I heard they have a new one.
Oh wow.
Oh God, what is it now?
They
Miller
said it's
Lite
like
virus.
From what I read, the new virus out in China, it's more like a plague. So maybe the world's just gonna end. Maybe we won't be around to make content in 10 years. But
so this may be the first and only video
So
you
this
actually
is the first and
may
last.
see.
Yes.
Yeah,
first and
and
last PDS podcast.
Oh man,
That-
loving it.
This whole virus thing is ridiculous, man. I don't know. I
It
don't know
is.
about
It
you
really
guys,
is.
but I don't believe in it. I guess you could say, like, I believe that some people are getting it, obviously, but at the same time, it's the fucking flu. Like, it's the flu, okay? And I don't think that people are doing the appropriate things to countermeasure this. Like, yeah, okay, social distancing, you sneeze at 6 feet, something like that. But at the same time, like, it's the flu. Like, stay inside, drink some hot tea from China, and, like, keep your distance and you'll be fine.
Yeah, what is the price of tea in China?
You know what? Hold on, time out. Keep talking, because this is gonna be a serious question that we did not look up the other day. So I'm gonna Google.
Well, I'll need the answer soon. So yeah.
Going back to the virus, I will say, obviously, it's killing tons of people. Like, obviously, I think we're in the hundreds of thousands of people, which is very sad. I know there's a lot of people that don't agree with wearing masks, and maybe you don't have to. Maybe you won't get it, but that's the risk you're willing to take. And is it really worth risking the lives of those you love, especially the elderly ones in your life?
Yeah,
those are just things you have to weigh in. I personally believe I've had it. Haven't been tested, obviously. Last year, I think I've had it because they've recently come out and said
the virus didn't exist last year. We're good.
It did, though. The CDC has come out and said it existed last year. And the reason I think I've had it is, not that you guys need to know my medical history, but I've had asthma. I've had asthma my whole life. Last year, for some reason, towards the end of the year, I got really sick. which is weird because I get sick, but I don't get really sick. But I remember I went to the doctor's, and the doctor's like, "We don't know what's wrong with you." I'm like, "What do you mean you don't know what's wrong with me?" He goes, "I mean, you have asthma. Probably just have the flu." Sent me home like that. That's all you're doing for me? Great. Fucking fantastic. And my chest was just constantly filled, kind of like a pneumonia, which I don't know if that's the symptoms for the coronavirus. And I obviously had a really bad fever. I mean, I got over it, but that was the worst I'd ever been. And I remember Ashley and her mom got really sick after I got it too. Same symptoms. Which is why I was like, okay, it might not be an asthmatic thing because they've obviously gotten it just as bad as I did.
Yeah.
So,
And like roughly how long did it like take you to recover from that, you say?
I would say before I went to the doctor, I had it for about a week, and then it took another 2 weeks after that. So about 3 weeks to a month
Okay.
for me to get over it.
Okay. Yeah.
Is that the regular thing for Corona?
It varies on the person.
I think it really does too. Yeah.
The reason why I don't think it took
I've
that...
never had it, so.
Yeah. And then another thing I found interesting when it first started, which is why I think maybe it didn't take it, as bad of a toll on me. They said from the beginning, if you're an asthmatic, your inhalers and like your breathing machines can help. I was doing that shit just about every day to just pump whatever I had out of my system, and it did help. So
Yeah.
there's that.
That's true. That's true.
I think for me, it helped out that I never stopped working. I was part of that essential personnel that was always working. So
Always moving and
I
always
had to deal
active.
with people throughout the day, like throughout work. I'd had to, touch people or, this and that, right? I know that sounds weird. Shout out.
was
You know
gonna
what I
say-
fucking mean. You
I
know
don't
what I
think you can
fucking
say it
mean.
like that.
All right. You know what I fucking mean. All right.
Now, keep your butthole tight.
No. All right. I had to personally interact with people. And so I'm not keeping that 6 feet distance. So I think it can really help boost your immune system, like a lot.
For those of you wondering, Nick is in fact a sex worker, so that's why he has to
Yes,
text
I am.
people.
That's
Yes,
why
I
he's
am.
always
So they
on the
didn't-
streets. Yeah, that's people.
Fun fact, they did not close the strip clubs here in Colorado until like last week. So we're good, I was
that an
in a
actual
job
fact?
until
Is this-
no, God, no.
I mean,
God, no.
speaking
No,
of-
they closed that shit right away.
Speaking of
I
strip clubs,
was like, Colorado's doing it wrong.
speaking
Sorry.
of strip clubs, I was just telling Ashley today. I was reading, Texas is officially, they have the first drive-through strip club.
No, that's not official. Well, I mean, Texas did have the first drive-through strip club, but that was months ago. They had literally like
Was it months ago?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
they
I
had
saw
tents
the
set up
pictures.
to ride
And-
through the bitch, and there's poles and strippers and
I saw the
Heck?
pictures, and I told Ashley this. And if you are someone who enjoys strip clubs, not trying to offend you, but if you're at that point where you need to pay money to, instead of going to a McDonald's, sit in your car, roll down the window, and toss singles at a stripper from your car, like if that's what you have gone to for your nightly entertainment, porn is free. Just go home and watch porn. Like,
Why the McDonald's? Hold on. Why would you compare that to fucking McDonald's, dude?
I don't know.
Why?
That's what,
How is that a fair comparison?
I'm just talking about the drive-through, you idiot.
Like, oh, let me throw a fucking single at a goddamn McChicken versus the stripper. Like, what?
Oh my god.
What was your
How
other
does
compared
that
to?
make
Want
sense?
me compare it to a Wendy's?
I mean, Wendy's is good. You got the faux for faux. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh,
Wendy's
God.
is good.
But imagine
Yeah,
think
we
about
can
how
make
many,
it
how many
Wendy's.
people how many people actually did that though? Like what if there was like a dad on his way home to his family? He did go through McDonald's drive-through, and he was just like, "Oh, strip club, drive-through."
I might as well.
Sure. I got 20 minutes to kill.
Got time
I'll
for
just tell him
that.
the line was really long at McDonald's. Like, let's go.
Fair
Oh,
enough.
God.
Also,
but-
for you guys out there that are in Texas and would like to go to that strip club that we're talking about, I find that quarters are a lot easier to get out there versus the dollar bills, unless you make them into little paper airplanes, which just glide right in there. I find
Well-
quarters are a lot easier to get in there.
Joe,
No, go ahead.
I was gonna
Oh,
say
yeah.
if you want to go and be creative about it, get your dollar bill, put the quarter in the center, kind of wrap it up, and then you could just, it got a little weight to it. Just
Got a little weight. Be like,
The weight.
here's $1.25.
We are-
girl.
We are in a coin shortage, guys. I don't know if
That's
you
true.
heard
We
about
are in a
that,
coin
but-
shortage.
True.
But,
no,
yeah,
no
you gotta
money.
be careful
like,
with your coins.
yeah.
Well, as Ashley
There's
likes
no
to say, and I hate
actual
to,
paper money.
as Ashley likes to say, and I hate to admit it, most of the coin shortage might be due to my truck. I always lose coins whenever I keep them in my pocket. I go to pull my I go to pull my wallet out, and then just coins just fall all over my truck. Like
Fair enough,
every
fair
time
enough.
we go to clean out that thing,
And
she
you,
finds
and
at least
you
like
don't
20
pick
bucks.
them up? Like, that's my
No,
first
I
thought. Is I'm
don't.
going to dig through that bitch to get all my quarters.
Nick hops back in the truck, digs
Yeah, I'm
around through
scooping them
everything.
out. I'm scooping them
finds them
out.
all.
It's funny because before I started dating Ashley, I wasn't one of those credit card guys. I wasn't always playing with my debit card. I'd literally get my paycheck and my debit card, pull it out, carry cash all the time. Nowadays, I don't know what the hell I was doing. I just have card on me all the time. It's so much easier. So back then, yes, Nick, I would have gone digging through my car for my coins, but now I use card a lot, and those coins are just sitting there forever lost.
Yeah, okay, so, but if, like,
Correct.
okay, this is my philosophy, right? If I pull out money, like, if I pull out cash, then I pull it out, and I'm like, oh, shit, like, I should probably slow down on my spending, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's easy to swipe a card, like, oh, McDonald's today, Burger King tomorrow, fucking
That
Wendy's
is very
next
true.
day,
It's very easy to swipe a card.
versus, oh, fuck, bro, I only got $100 left. Like, I'm going to try
Yeah.
to keep this shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, I am very, very stingy with my money.
We know.
we definitely know.
I know.
But yeah, the world's just in a very weird place right now.
It really
Yeah,
is.
it is. I don't know.
We
we
have-
had
we have-
that whole shutdown for a while, and now it started to open back up, and then it kind of got worse again, so it's starting to shut down again. It's kind of in a little happy
Yeah.
medium right now.
Because I think what happened was like what all the memes are saying. They started opening
Just
up.
a news network, yeah.
That's
No.
their facts.
It's
right
like
there.
the government was just like, hey, we're going to open up a little bit at a time. Everyone just went straight to, hey, the virus is over. Let's go fucking swimming. Let's go to...
Yeah.
It was over.
Disney.
It was over. And chlorine kills the virus. There you go.
Oh, yeah, let's all just down a bunch of chlorine. We're going to go back to fucking drinking Tide Pods.
I mean,
Hey man, if it works,
it is
it
a
works,
proven
right? All I
fact
know.
that kind of chemical does kill the virus. So if we had this whole Tide Pod thing, a couple years later, we might be safe.
Unfortunately, I don't think that is true. But
I don't either.
I would-
But it's a thought. It's a table. It's on the table.
I also want to
Guys.
throw out there we will not always agree with each other. We are like definitely gonna butt heads throughout these times, and I'm hoping everybody's gonna like the fact that like we're really like talking our own points and like sticking to our like what we believe and whatnot. So
I mean,
just want to throw
here's
that
the
out
thing. I think maybe in some sort of way, us talking, not always agreeing, will show people that we don't need to go to extremes that certain people are going to
True.
get their point across. Not everyone's going to agree. The problem with the world is not everyone's going to agree, but everyone expects that everyone is going to agree with your own opinion. Not the case.
That's a fact.
I
So
agree
we
with that.
obviously the three of us, right? We love each other. We're great friends.
Mhm.
But like you said, we're not always going to agree. We're not always going to take the same side. But at the end of the day, the three of us still all love each other. We still, we still value
Exactly.
each other's opinion. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah, I think the way we handle our anger, as you can see, Joe has the silhouettes in the background behind him. I'm sure he probably wrote
Yeah,
our
you know.
name on at least one or two of those, and then he takes them out back, uses
Got
them
the
for target
pellet
practice,
rifle.
and he brings them back
Yeah.
home.
I got the pellet rifle. I'll walk into the back. I say, "Here's Evan's target." He said this many mean things today, and then you just put a couple in them. That's it.
Fun fact, those are actually mine. All right, fuck you.
All
Okay?
right, all
Those are
right.
mine.
Fair
Those are
enough.
mine.
Fair enough.
I left
Those are
them in
not my
California
targets.
because I don't need them, but they're mine.
Okay.
Fair enough. All right.
There you
Obviously, all three of us as well, we are Second Amendment advocates. We do love our
Yes.
Second Amendment. I'll tell you that much. We do love hunting.
Yep.
Obviously, we do love fishing. If
Very much.
you don't like the quote-unquote cruelty of animals, as someone would put it, I would not recommend the outdoor channel for hunting videos. Obviously, fishing, I'm going
let's
to be doing a lot
clarify.
of catch and release.
let's clarify something right here. If you don't agree with it, you don't have to agree with it. Hunting
100%.
is in no way animal cruelty. I just want to put that out there right now.
Facts.
We're not out there
Facts.
shooting the animals,
Fair enough.
letting them suffer. You want to aim to kill because you don't want that animal to suffer. So I know there's a
And
lot of
what I always
misconceptions
do
about
when I
that.
hunt as well, and you guys will see it, is I always eat it. I won't let an animal go to waste.
Yeah.
If I'm shooting an
Yeah.
animal, it is to eat it. And
Yeah, and that's
you
what
might
it should
think,
be.
well, that's stupid. Well, you might think like that's stupid. Like there's supermarkets and you can get beef. Okay, but no offense, nothing tastes better than the backstrap of a deer. You
Yeah,
know, it's
fresh.
fantastic. It's fresh.
fresh.
It's
Backstrap,
yeah.
yeah.
Nothing beats it. Is beef good? Yes. Is deer better? Yes. Facts.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I love it.
Facts.
I mean, yeah, it's. I don't know. I don't know why people have such a big problem with hunting. It's like, I mean, we're getting this our food essentially the same way you guys would, except we're the ones actually doing the dirty work. You
I feel like it's
well, but at the same time, sorry, Joe, let's get you off. You can finish in a
Okay.
second. But at the same time, it's not us raising 1,000 cattle in this small pen and just slaughtering the shit out of them. It's these deer who had to roam and we're free, and we're picking and choosing which one we want. I'm not out there shooting trophy deer with massive antlers. I'm out there
Yeah.
shooting
Exactly.
meat deer.
Yeah.
You're
See,
shooting
and
meat
yeah, deer that are meant,
for meat,
meant for it, I guess, right?
Meat.
Okay, so what I was gonna say about that is I feel like people have this like bad like look on hunters. They look at them as like those like big game guys that are like killing lions and like over there in Africa, like killing that kind of stuff. Like we're not like poaching. We're not doing anything like we're doing just good old fashioned hunting. We're gonna hunt. We're gonna eat it. We're gonna go out there. We're gonna do it right. We're gonna we're gonna like follow all the rules. We're gonna like do it really quickly, really like nicely, and I just feel like everybody looks at us as hunters and like they start seeing all of these like bad things in their head. I don't know what you guys think about that, but that's how I feel.
Facts. Whenever
the-
people think of like hunting, I think a lot of times that connotation of was it like a dentist's son or something like that? Like he went out there and
Yes.
killed. I don't remember.
Oh,
Cecil?
it was a lion.
Yeah.
It was a
Yeah,
lion.
lion. Yeah, that's Cecil.
Yeah.
They went
Yeah.
out and killed that lion. Like, would I love to go to Africa and go shoot a wildebeest? Yes. Do
Yes.
I have, $20,000 to do it? No.
No.
So I'm gonna
No.
stick to going out
Yeah.
to the Colorado Rockies and going and shooting a deer out there, which there is millions of them out there. And there's some
Yeah.
deer that are like management deer that you need to get rid of because you don't want them to interbreed because like they'll just come out a little wonky. You know what I'm saying? Like if
little
you have a
wonky.
whitetail and a mule deer and they breed together, the deer comes out a little wonky. You know what I'm saying? It comes out a
the
little
other thing-
special.
The other thing too, going back to that whole Cecil story, I remember that being a huge thing. Were we in high school when that happened? I remember people in
I
high school
probably
kind of
were.
making a big deal about
Yeah.
that. Probably were.
Yeah, you guys probably were still in high school.
You have all these activists that are like, this is a terrible thing to do, blah, blah, blah. From what I remember, that lion, they specifically breed the lions for hunting, which obviously can sound a little bad. You're raising a lion just to get killed. But it's not like he just went out and was like, look at that lion over there. I want it.
Right,
Like, no.
Yeah, that is true too. Yeah, that is true.
Different
It was a
connotations for different things.
specific,
These are
a
all
specific
different things.
like they were like I don't want to say meant to be hunted, but like those ones they specifically like bred to be for
I have,
that. And
I have
you know,
plenty of friends out here who, so for you guys that are aware, I live on 15 acres, right? So I have plenty of friends out here who breed quail, who breed bobwhite quail
Mhm.
they'll hatch them in an incubator and they'll raise them in the, a little trough basically. And then they'll set them
we're gonna have to start doing
free
that.
on their land so that they
Right.
can hunt them. And it's so they can breed. They'll give them a few seasons so they can breed and create, bigger populations out there. And they'll use them to train their dogs, and they'll hunt them out there.
So what I'm hearing is Nick needs to like get started on that. Start now
You know what?
breeding them.
I would love
Get 'em
to
on
get
your
an
land.
incubator. That'd be awesome.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
that would.
already have
that-
quail out here, which is the cool thing.
Okay.
and for anyone that thinks that's even cruel, they do the same thing at slaughterhouses. They raise the cows just to
Yeah.
be killed.
Yep.
And the
Exactly.
chickens, once they stop laying eggs, they kill them. It's really no different, at least in my
Yeah.
point of view.
All I can
100%.
say is like we're doing it the most humane way possible, the quickest way, and that's just it. Like, we're out there to do it right.
Yeah,
100%. I'm not out there to go wound an animal. If I shoot a goose out of the sky and it gets wounded, my first thing is that final shot. So I mean, it's not me just like, oh, I'm gonna let it flop around and send the dog after it. No, I'm gonna go get that animal and I'm gonna dispatch it as cleanly, as humanely, as quickly as possible. Yeah.
Yeah, we all grew up watching Crocodile Hunter. We all know how precious animals are.
We love Mr. Irwin. We do love Mr. Irwin.
Mr. Irwin,
rest his soul.
Always and forever.
God rest his soul. Hey, he's up there with Dale though, so they're having a good time.
Do it for Dale. That's right, son. He's up there. Him and Dale are getting her done.
Fair enough.
So, all right, I do want to talk about a little bit more direction on the Outdoor channel.
All right.
So I've been talking to the two of you guys, obviously, and I've been looking for a boat. Yeah, I've been looking for a boat. And Colorado, it's so hard to find a boat. So that is my next step. That's the next thing I want to do is I want to get a boat that I can be able to go to these lakes and fish for you guys while it's not, goose or duck season or turkey season. And that's my biggest step is I want to be able to get that boat so I can make great content for you guys. But I'm not going to lie to you. Boats in Colorado are fucking expensive. Like it's hard to find a boat out here. I'm not going to lie. No, dude, my buddy's in Florida right now. He's back in Florida. And he's like sending me all kinds of Facebook Marketplace stuff on my phone. Like, hey, dude, this boat's cheap as fuck. Hey, dude. I was like, well
shit, tell him to bring it on down.
Like, yeah. Like you're going to be back in a week. Like, drive it back, dude. What the fuck?
Hey, if they have mail order brides, you'd think you can get a mail order boat,
Oh, mail order boat for sure. Hands down.
I like that. Wait, they're going to send you a boat?
The bride or the boat?
It's going to be on a boat. Oh, no, the boat.
Wait, are you going to get a boat with a bride on it?
Hey.
And does she have to be Russian?
Probably.
I mean,
let me drive the boat.
Let me drive the boat. So, but no, that is the direction that I want to take that. I need to get a boat so that I want to make better content. Obviously, Evan said earlier. So I filmed three videos. There was one I went out, I fished the entire day. 4 different locations, I want to say. One of them, I walked in, I got stuck like, a foot, when my boot got stuck a foot in the mud, and I was just mad, I was angry. I was like, F this, I'm leaving. So I left, went to a different spot, started fishing. 2 seconds later, these group of people show up, and they park a truck right next to me on the beach, and they start fucking splashing and shit in the water, and I'm like, fuck this, I'm out of here. I leave that spot, go to a different spot. Didn't catch a fish that day. Went back the next day, ended up catching a tiny, tiny little largemouth. So that video, not going up. Okay, I'm sorry, but I can't start off a channel with me catching, a 5-inch largemouth. Like, that looks bad. That looks so bad. Excuse me, that looks so bad. And so next video I went out and I fly fished on the Arkansas River.
I believe it's pronounced Arkansas.
Arkansas River, yes. I fly fished the Arkansas River, and it was like 90-something degrees, so hot, there was no trout to be found. So I was like, scrap. I'm scrapping it. So I'm not going to use those. But obviously, if I have a boat, I can create better content. There's better chances that I can get to the fish. A couple weeks ago, I went out fly fishing with a buddy, and we went on his boat, and we were fly fishing, and I caught some massive trout. And that's what I want to bring to you guys. I want to bring, like, the good quality fishing. Obviously, I know I'm not going to catch fish every time, but we can scrap those videos. That's the awesomeness of editing. There you go. Awesomeness of editing. I can scrap the shit out of that. That did not happen.
Exactly. I mean, hell, with editing, we could even make it to where you caught that small fish and then, oh, look at that big fish suddenly came out of the water.
Oh, my God, it's a 900-pound largemouth.
Same day, I only traveled a couple 100 miles to a different lake and found me a bigger fish, but y'all don't need to see the driving part.
Yeah, same day, 3 weeks later, I went to fucking Mexico and I caught fish in the ocean,
That is definitely somewhere that I'd like to be. Fishing in the middle of the ocean in
Mexico. That is a goal. That is a goal as well. So me and Joseph, Evan's never won this because, adopted. But me and Joseph, we have been multiple times to Mexico to go fishing. And we've been deep sea fishing in Mexico. So that's something that I would love to do on this outdoor channel is the 3 of us go down to Mexico. Evan, you might need to you got passport? You got passport?
Of course, I have a
Oh, you got
passport. I've been to
passport.
Mexico.
I got passport. You good? You've been to Mexico. You don't speak of the language, but you get a passport.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. I
Hey,
might
hey, I
have
don't
been to
know
Mexico.
if you like
Yeah, when I go to
Yeah.
Mexico, I do white people Mexico. We stay at like the 5 Diamond resorts and just
The
like
the resorts.
we have guards all over us. We don't have to worry about nothing. Like that's what we
Fun
went
fact:
to.
he's Hispanic, so he's using the white man, white part of Mexico, but he's still Hispanic.
I prefer the term
But-
Hispanic, but
Hispanic.
Hispanic,
You're right.
okay.
I prefer that as
Hispanic.
well. I am definitely the Hispanic side.
I have no problem being Hispanic. I love that.
Yeah, 100%.
Love it.
But no, that is something that I would love to do. I would love the three of us to go out there to Mexico and go deep sea fishing. That would be awesome. I know not a lot of our content is going to be the three of us in a video together, which kind of sucks.
Mm-mm.
Other than a podcast where we have to fucking FaceTime.
Here's the thing. I want to touch on that for a minute there. Yes, you're not going to see all of us obviously in the same place, same time. It's just not going to happen with Nick being in Colorado, unfortunately. But it never feels like we're far apart because we're always on Xbox with each other. We're doing stuff like this. We're doing three-way calls, doing three-ways. But nothing's
Three-ways?
ever what?
We're doing three-ways? Shoot.
never feels like we're
Three
too
ways
far
on the
apart.
freeways, guys.
Three-ways and three-ways.
That sounds dangerous. That sounds very
Oh,
dangerous.
Not if
So
we don't
you
make
know-
eye contact.
But like Nick, obviously my best friend, always has been. Lately, I've been playing more games with Joe. He's just up later. Me and Joe will be playing till like good 1 in the morning, trying to make content.
Whispering the whole time because we got to be kind of quiet though.
Quiet when it's late.
Why are you guys whispering naughty nothings into each other's ears right now? The fuck?
Do you not enjoy that?
I think that was a little bit to everybody, but okay, all right.
yeah, a
Sorry.
little bit to everybody, not just.
Hey, that's my work schedule.
So
Okay?
for the audience.
I gotta go out there. I gotta make the money. You know what I'm saying?
Obviously,
That's fair enough. Fair enough. Got to do what you got to do on that.
gotta do what you gotta do. So, hopefully, I'm planning on getting this video up sometime either this week or next. I know tonight we're gonna try to film some gameplay videos.
100%.
We'll
Yes.
get that
I'm gonna
done.
try. I don't have the HDMI cable yet, so let's see how that works.
Which one?
Any of them?
What do you mean?
I don't know. I'm
So-
assuming I need another HDMI cable.
So for
Got plenty over here, Nick.
Oh, thanks, dude. Let me just chew.
I just went to Target and got one today, honestly. But
Okay, all right. I live the
doesn't
closest
like
Walmart
Target,
to me
he likes
is like
Walmart, yeah.
25 miles.
I mean, you could have done it.
I was also
25 miles, 25
drinking a
miles,
little bit
whatever.
of Claw all day. You know what I'm saying?
Oh well, there ain't no law when you're drinking. Oh, who cares?
That's you. Disclaimer. Do not drink or do not drive a motor vehicle when you've been drinking Claw.
Also, another disclaimer: White Claw is not a sponsor. However, if you would like to sponsor us in a video in the future, White Claw, send us some our way.
I would love some
White
White
Claw.
Claws. White Claws are actually really good. If you guys want to send the watermelon ones, by all means, that is my favorite one.
I don't think I've had the watermelon one. I'm gonna have to try that
Really
one. 'cause
good.
I like
Really good. You're going to
watermelon.
try it. Really,
I
really,
do
really
not
good.
like watermelon all that much.
You
Oh, well.
are disgusting, is what that is. That
We
is
might have to
disgusting.
kick you out already. I mean, like you are the leader, but at the same time, we can kick you out. I feel.
Like, yeah, we can, like,
Yeah,
how
I
do
don't
I
know.
end this? How do I exit out of this and kick him out?
Where do I go to? Actually,
Watermelon,
I am
Thank you
a-
guys for joining us. The PDS podcast was brought to you by the letter A.
The letter A.
The letter A.
pellet rifle.
Until we get
Brought
actual
to you by
sponsors.
America.
The PDS podcast is available because of viewers like you.
What is that? PBS? Isn't that PBS?
That's PBS.
PBS. No, PDS.
There
Please
we
don't
go.
PDS.
PDS.
Different
Don't get
company. We don't make children's
Different letter.
television
Different
network.
letter. Yeah, we are not.
Definitely no children's content over here.
God. But
I do want to say something. So,
okay.
as you guys have been
Okay.
watching, you've heard us throw a little bit of cuss words out there. I want to say that for the outdoor channel, at least for now, until I figure out how to use the little bleep button, we're gonna be we're gonna be strictly no cussing. I don't know what you guys are gonna do. I'm gonna be no cussing.
Let me just say this. Obviously, with YouTube, they have very strict guidelines. You cannot be cussing, no foul language, no alcohol, tobacco, like all their
No
crazy
talking
rules.
about
Fair enough.
I feel
fair
like
enough.
I feel like the podcast is going to be a little more lenient because although we
Yeah, I
will
was
be
gonna say.
we will be uploading obviously onto YouTube with the video portion of it, but most of the stuff we're trying to get, we're going to be doing our content. This is more of just time for us to talk outside of YouTube, obviously get all the thoughts that we can't talk about while gaming and all that. Get it all out here. I'm sure we'll still go on our rants while we're gaming. It's inevitable. We always go on our little tidbits.
always. What the fuck was that? That was bullshit, mother. Always. It's
All
gonna
right.
happen.
Well,
It's gonna
that was
happen.
actually
But-
bleep, but okay.
Bleep, bleep, bleep. But with the power of editing, or the power of fuck, I need to turn that off and re-record that for the outdoor channel. I can be like, oh, what the fuck? Never mind. Delete that one. Hey, how's it going? I'm all that kind of stuff.
we're gonna try our best, but at the same time, we're not monetized yet, so we're not
I'm a
gonna lose
human
monetization.
I'm a human being.
Yeah.
And we're not professionals, so
surprised.
just throwing that out
yeah.
there.
Far from it. Oh, far from it. We are far from professionals.
Yeah. Yeah, very
Oh.
far from professionals.
Is this
We'll probably
stuffy
be
over
editing
here?
on,
Stuffy over here, man. Damn.
I know it's getting stuffy over here too.
Oh yeah, good.
Weird.
Different states, but good.
I'm actually in a perfect spot right now, so.
All right,
Sorry, guys.
What's your thought? Oh.
No, I said I'm in the perfect spot.
He's in a perfect spot.
Oh. I said thought.
said
I was like,
cool in
what's your
here.
thought, Joe?
I don't
Spit
have
some
too many of
knowledge
those
at me
going
right
on
now.
right now. Sorry. Spit some knowledge. I don't have much knowledge. Questions: are we going to be ever doing any sort of gaming tutorials? Gaming, like showing hot things that are going on right now. That are like, oh, well, we
Yeah.
should focus on these things because I know
Yeah,
people
I
are going to
like
like
that.
that. And
I
yeah,
like
right,
that.
like
Tutorials though, we
yeah,
fucking suck.
I guess
Like,
we're
I
not good enough for it.
personally. So I'm gonna put this out there. Between the three of us, I will say this without a doubt. I fucking hate him, but Evan, he is the best one of us at gaming. He's been playing
By
video
far.
games the longest. So by far, Evan is the best at gaming.
I will
fucking
say-
suck. Joe's he's pretty good.
It's
but
not that
tutorials,
impressive. In the long run, it's not that impressive, but on Call of Duty, I am in the top 7% throughout all of Activision. Not that impressive again because I can't even find myself unless I go into like the 100 spot, like 100 or anything like that.
We
But
don't need to talk about where I am on there, so.
I think you and Nick
Or-
are in
Is
like
there
the
a
top,
negative percentile? Because that's where I am.
No, I think last time I checked, Joe was in the top 15, Nick was in the top 24.
Hell yeah.
To
Fair
be
enough.
fair, though, Nick probably plays the least out of all of us.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. I'm always
Oh.
assumed to work.
I am going to say this too. As far as gaming content goes, not trying to be that guy, but you guys all know I love the old shit.
Yeah.
I like Modern Warfare. I like what they've done with the game. But there are times where I've had enough of it. Joe and Nick will both be witnesses, obviously, because they've been playing with me for long enough. I'm one of those guys where sometimes I beat the Battle Pass. They won't see me on that game for the next month or so till we get a new Battle Pass.
And I'm like, oh,
well,
I guess
we
the
hit tier
battle pass is
100.
over, guys.
That's true.
I was like, looks like
So,
Evan
but we're
finished his
gonna,
battle
we're gonna,
pass.
we're gonna broaden out our gaming. We play, like you said, we play a lot of Siege. We play a lot of Call of Duty right now because that's where
Oh, yeah.
that's what everyone's playing right now. We play Realm
Yeah, we're also
Royale.
gonna
We
put up
play
on
that
like
a lot.
Apex
Yeah.
and
Oh,
yeah.
And I
Yeah,
will say
we're gonna,
this,
like,
being the one, I mean, Joe's obviously the oldest out of all of us, but I think I've been playing Xbox the longest.
Yeah.
The first console I ever touched was an Xbox. I love Xbox to death. I plan on doing playthroughs of all the Halo campaigns because I have the Master Chief Collection. I have all the games remastered. People want to watch it, cool. People don't want to watch it. And there's a lot of people who never experienced first Halo in all of its glory. So that's going to be out there.
Yeah,
I've
and,
only ever played Halo like once.
Yeah.
It was at your
Yeah,
house.
so like
Evan.
I've been playing a little more with Evan and like learning it, but I really haven't played Halo before. Besides that, I mean, like
Yeah, I
besides
love
now, I didn't know much about Halo, so like even like one of us doing a campaign or walkthrough something like that too, like it'll be different for us too because we'll be like, oh shoot, this is
Oh,
new.
yeah.
Like we'll have
And-
a like different like aspect on everything and whatnot.
There's a lot of campaigns that you can do with multiple people. They've gotten better at
Yeah,
that.
that's
No,
definitely something that we're gonna have to do so that like we can all get our own reactions to it and all do it together and be like,
Mhm.
oh shoot, this is new. With like Evan already knows kind of what's going on there, so at least we'll like have it all new to us and be like, oh wow,
I sound like
what-
I sound like the old man playing Halo games. Like me and Joe played Halo 5 for a little bit there.
back
They're like,
in
"Oh,
my
this game's
day."
not that bad." And I'm like, "Back in my day when I was playing Halo 1, you couldn't zoom in for jack shit." Oh, the grenade button's this now? I remember when the grenade button was this now.
No, I've never played. I've only ever played it once, and that was we went to Evan's house after school one day. We were in high school, and we went to his house after school one day. We ordered pizza, watched a little bit of porn, and threw on some Halo. You know what I'm saying?
That's the best friends are for, I guess, huh?
That's what it's for. You know, not together. Well, it was together, but not together. Obviously, that was weird. You know.
The way you said it,
Now my family can never
you already
watch
made
this
it weird.
podcast.
No, they cannot. Oh goodness.
Yep.
Oh goodness. Hey,
Yeah.
bleep that part out.
I'll try to edit that out. God damn it, Nick.
I'll say something else instead. We watched. I don't know.
My
yet.
Little Pony.
Big red dog.
Nick's old favorite, Caillou.
I used to love some. I used to fuck up some Caillou, man. That little bald kid. He had cancer, right? That kid had cancer, right?
I don't think so.
I don't think it was ever
I
confirmed,
don't-
but I think
I don't think
people are speculating.
Yeah,
I
people
was
are
a Teletubbies
speculating.
kid growing up.
Hmm?
I was a Teletubbies kid growing up.
You know, I never really watched the Teletubbies.
I was never a huge
Not-
Teletubbies. I was the what was that one bear? Like Bear in the Big Blue House? Yeah, that was all my stuff right there. I
Something
was
like
just,
that. Yeah.
Oh, the Bears,
Yeah.
I need,
the
I
like
need to figure
Bearson
out something
family
for
or
some
something.
lighting
Oh.
over here because this is not doing it.
that one's different, Evan. I'm talking
Oh,
about
is it?
a whole
Sorry,
nother
my
bear.
bad.
A whole
My
nother
bad.
bear.
I mean, podcast. We haven't really touched much on that. This is it.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
this
this
is
is
all
us.
it's gonna be.
This is us talking about politics,
That's in
religion, and all the
purest
shit you're
form.
not supposed to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
And also some gaming, some outdoors, just like all of our other stuff too. We're gonna talk about it here. We're gonna bring it
So-
all back in here.
So the podcast channel is kind of gonna be our main podcast. So we will definitely, well, like Nick will have his outdoors, but let's say me and Joe won't go to fucking Disneyland if it eventually opens
Yeah.
up again. We'll
Yeah.
probably try to vlog that.
Somebody will
Be like,
make it.
hey, look at us messing around at Disneyland. Like,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
do like daily vlogs and stuff.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, for
And
sure.
those will probably be
it's kind of a
posted here,
general
right?
channel. Huh?
Yeah,
On
we're
the
gonna
podcast channel.
Yeah,
Yeah, like-
podcast channel.
we'll post any type of like daily vlogs here. Okay.
So I got
like
I got
that.
a question for you guys.
You know?
We've never talked about this before, the three of us. So
this
let's
is
say
new.
so like at my house,
Breaking
right, I want
news.
to breaking news, everyone. At my house, I want to build a carport, right? I want to build something to protect my vehicle.
Yeah.
We get a lot of hail here. Is that something we're gonna throw up on the outdoor channel because it's outdoorsy?
Yeah.
man?
Yeah. Yeah, fair enough.
Mm.
Right? No? No? Maybe not? I don't know. I
I
mean,
would say. Sorry, I would say we could throw that up.
Spitters or critters.
I would say we could throw that up on the podcast or on the outdoors channel. I would say probably like the behind the scenes portion of that. If we decide to do like the unedited videos, that would be more like podcast.
podcast.
Like the
Yeah.
finished videos for gaming and outdoors, obviously gaming outdoors. But if we have like little tidbits in there that necessarily didn't show on camera or it was just a terrible game, maybe we'll
Yeah.
throw that up on the podcast channel. Be a little.
Trust me, we're gonna
I
have
like
a
that, yeah.
lot of terrible
little-
games.
A little behind
Oh, yeah,
the
we're
scenes
gonna-
work.
You guys will see us doing great when it comes out on podcast. You will see just how long it took us to do that. 'Cause it takes
like,
a while.
20 games later, we got a
They'd
dub.
be like, oh, he didn't pull his shoot.
Fucking
Oh,
shoot.
shoot. Sounds about right.
Because he fucking sucks.
I also think we're gonna like. I'm sure we'll probably get to the point where we should start pranking the shit out of each other. That'll go up on our
yeah.
podcast, and I mean it's
You
bound to
know.
happen. Us hanging out, drinking.
Yeah,
Facts.
we'll have to go
I
out
got a
there to
question
Nick.
for you guys.
Here to
How do I get my screen to not turn off by itself? Because I need some lighting. Because it's getting dark here in Colorado.
It is getting dark on your screen.
I need some light. I got you, boy. I got you. Hold on.
Oh, you got flashlight?
I got you.
Oh, thank you. Oh.
I
Yeah,
got plenty more light over here if you would add some of mine.
You guys just keep talking. I'm gonna figure my life out.
Don't you have lights in your house?
Yeah, but they're all back there. Yeah,
Turn them on. It'll give you light.
but like backlight.
Try 'em out.
Y'all gonna look
Turn
at
them
my
on.
butt.
Try it out. Try it out.
It's too dark, you can't even see you.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at that lighting there.
What if I got more lighting over here?
Oh, you got more? Oh, look, why didn't you do that, you idiot?
There you go, son. What's up?
We
I figured it
never
out.
claimed Nick was the smartest. Let's just throw that out there now.
Yeah, we never
Oh
claimed
God,
Nick was the
I
smartest.
never even claimed Nick was the smartest son. I might turn out that one though. I'm not gonna lie, because it's kind of
Yeah, that
Yeah,
one's
that's
creating a
all
little
we
bit of a glare.
It's
Or move your
hey
head.
God,
Or move your
what are you
head.
doing, guys? Thanks for peeking in today.
Right. Um,
There we go, son. That's not bad.
This is the start of hopefully something that will last a long time.
Yeah.
Again, I say
I hope so.
hopefully.
I hope so.
I mean,
so I got a little bit of a backstory for this, right? Me and Evan have been talking about doing a podcast for a while now.
and that's all the time we have, folks. I'll see you next week.
Hey, fuck you.
I'm
Me and
kidding.
Evan have been talking about doing a podcast for a while now because we'll be on the phone for hours and we'll just talk about random stupid shit all the time, hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. That's he's like my brother. That's my legitimate brother. This is like my I picked him brother. You know what I'm saying? So me and him, we'll talk on the phone for hours and hours.
You don't want to choose me?
and so we'll talk about random stuff. We're like, you know what? We're kind of funny, I guess you could say. Like people might actually get a chuckle out of this. So that's kind of where this whole thing started. And I was already doing some filming for a buddy of mine for outdoor stuff. And I was like, you know what? Fuck this guy. I could do my own stuff. And then we obviously all play video games together, and that's funny.
Yeah.
So we're like, you know what? We could do this shit. We could
I will
actually
say-
legitimately do this.
To kind of touch on that, we think we're funny. You might not think we're funny. This just might not be the podcast for you. I'm sorry. Like,
We're funny.
We're not for everybody, obviously, but
but not everything is for everybody. And
oh yeah, no.
even if you don't think you're fun, even if you don't think we're funny, shout us out to your friends. Maybe they'll think we're funny.
Degenerate teenagers, we're funny. House moms, not so funny.
I mean, some house moms might think we're funny.
She probably won't like it.
Hey, like, am I gonna tell my mom to watch this? No,
No.
because I don't want her to see
No.
me cussing. But
Yeah. Yeah, my mom's definitely not watching this. My parents aren't watching this. God, no.
oh God, no, that is not
We're
happening.
the
My
black
dad,
sheep in the family.
What
my
Nick said
dad
earlier.
watches Sports Center. He's not gonna watch this.
He's going to be like, why
with
would I
this-
watch Nick's podcast? I can just fucking FaceTime him. Like, I'll
I
just
could
see
just
him
call
whenever I
him,
want
but
to.
my dad doesn't know how to work
Yeah.
FaceTime. Hold on now.
Oh.
Oh, actually, maybe I don't know.
He can answer. If I call him, he could probably answer, but that's it.
Yeah,
That's about
probably. Fair enough.
But yeah, no, this is gonna be our shit talking. I guess you can call it. I think we're gonna be shit talking on here.
I
We're just
mean,
gonna talk about it all of it.
yeah, that's where it all comes out.
From shit to actual shit.
I mean, even when we were working before the pandemic happened, we still find time to play games. So that gaming channel should never die out.
True.
I mean, Nick, I know you mentioned when you visited Korea, we were still playing games when he was all the way the fuck out there.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, lag and
Nick's
all,
been
he would
all over the
move.
place.
He would move an inch like a second, and we still managed to make that work. So
I got her done, son. You know what I'm saying? I got her done.
definitely got her done.
Yeah, still got some dubs
No,
somehow. Who knows how?
wherever I've been in the world, I've traveled a lot for work, and so wherever I've been in the world, we have figured out a way to play some games together. That's for damn sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And
Always.
I love that about current state of things is that there is something to always keep people connected. Like even
True.
this.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
When's the last time that the three of us have sat down and FaceTime? Like, it's been a while.
And yeah,
This was the first.
it has been a while.
No,
I mean, every
we
once
did
in
the
a while
once
we're
we did
playing
that when we're
games, right?
gaming.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
did
yeah.
it once. Yeah, never mind. Scratch that.
Yeah.
Scratch
Yeah.
that.
And Joe was like holding the fucking phone in between his knees and shit.
I was
like, why
barely-
is your camera
Oh,
turned
that's
around?
right.
Why
That
am I
was-
looking at your dick?
That was
Like,
a great crock shot of Joe.
yeah, like why am I looking at your dick right now?
It was
Like-
fantastic. I will say that.
It was an accident. I appreciate that, but it was an accident.
My question was, why
Yeah.
wasn't Joe wearing pants? Like, I don't know.
You know what? I didn't think you're gonna see it. You know?
I mean,
That
when
is
he's in
not
his own house, I think he could do whatever the hell Joe
That's
wants.
true. That's
Half
true.
the
I walk
time,
around naked all the time.
these guys are like lying when they talk, so don't listen to anything they say.
Oh,
No.
facts. We lie so much when we're talking shit to each other. I
I'm
promise
George
you.
Washington. I could never tell a lie. Sorry.
That was Abraham Lincoln's in.
Oh, I thought Abraham Lincoln had. I thought Abraham Lincoln had the wooden teeth.
No, that was George Washington.
Well, shit. No wonder I barely passed
That's
that.
listen a little
Those
backwards,
guys.
son. No, Abraham Lincoln, he was honest Abe. He could never tell a lie.
I'm
Yeah,
pretty
honestly.
sure you're thinking about Hey Blinken.
Oh, the 37th president. That's what it is.
That's right. That's
Not
right.
the 11th president. Was Abraham Lincoln the 11th president? I want to say yes.
I want to say 15th.
Abraham Lincoln? He
Yeah,
was
I'm gonna
like
say 11.
no, he wasn't he like 5, 6? Wasn't he like
no,
7?
No,
No.
that's way too soon.
I'm gonna say 11. I'm gonna say an 11.
Oh no, you're wrong. 16.
I
That's
was
what I
close. I was close.
That's what I said.
16. I was way out. See, I had a 6 part, but I missed the
Yeah,
one. That was
but
the
you
whole.
forgot the
that was
one on
it.
there.
I also
My dog,
sucked.
my
when it came
dog
to
just keeps
history
trying to
class.
like breathe. It's hot in here, bud. Go away. Go away. It's
I
hot.
liked history. History was probably one of my stronger subjects.
Oh, 100% history is one of my strongest. I
saying
mean,
a lot.
hey,
That was 100% weak for me.
Was I a little bit off on the president? Maybe, but still, one of my favorite subjects.
I haven't studied that in years.
It's been a minute. It's been a minute.
It's been a hot minute.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not a school guy. I never have been a school guy. I don't know. I didn't
Nah.
want to do the whole college thing. Wasn't for me. I went a little bit, and I was like, this is.
I'll
boring.
put it to you this way, and again, a lot of you might not agree with me. I believe that the current U.S. education system is very flawed. I know a lot of people are probably gonna, if they comment on this, are gonna say, "Oh, well, you just weren't smart. You just weren't this and that."
Sure.
I failed a liberal arts class because I didn't agree with the teacher.
I
Like-
mean,
Fair enough.
that's
I'll put it
true.
this
That's
way.
true.
She essentially, on the final, one of the last questions that was worth like half the test, write a full paragraph on why President Donald J. Trump will be the worst United States president. And I'm like, you can't ask that. Like, that is totally opinionated.
Yeah.
It's like, you have to think this way. Like, no, that's not a
just
thing.
wrong.
100%. 100%. I agree with that.
Yeah,
Is
the
he
we're
also
not
one
here
of
to
our
force
greatest
opinions
modern
either.
day president? 100%.
I
People
would.
are not going to agree with me, but yes, I think he
They
is.
won't. I would. Who do you think would you say is our number one U.S. president
Of all time?
Overall, or talking about
of all
now?
time?
Oh.
God rest his soul, John F. Kennedy. Yeah.
Fair.
I think.
Fair. Okay.
I think. I don't know. I would always just say John F. Kennedy. I have to go and be one of those guys. I think George Washington. No one will ever beat George Washington. I mean.
Well, George Washington was like a
Yeah, he's
king,
the OG.
you know?
I mean.
He was.
Yeah,
he could have been a
and-
king if he wanted to.
And people will probably say like, "Oh, well, that's because he's the first one." You have to think about it. This man was part of the British, soldiers. He betrayed his country. Not really a good start to a president. Gonna say that right now.
Yeah.
But he pretty much just fought for our freedom, led everyone through all that. Granted, he had his help, but that man did it. He
Yeah.
led
he
us
did.
to where we are now, essentially.
That's fair. Yeah. Very true.
So, are you saying that we should have another military influence individual as the next president after Trump's next election, obviously?
So, I 100% believe we should have a military president.
Okay.
Sorry. I personally believe a lot of politicians are corrupt. They only care about what goes in their pocket. I think a lot of people can agree on that. They don't care about us. They don't care about any of that. They just, hey, I need money. What can I do to get money?
It's true.
I think we really should get a military president in. I think another thing I think we should go back to, and I know a lot of people probably wouldn't agree with it, but I always liked the idea that was first put into place of the runner-up was the VP.
Yeah.
I personally like that. Only because I feel like now we're in a society where it's either the Democrats are in the country or the Republicans are. I like the idea of having both in office. Even if I don't agree with the
Okay.
Democratic candidate, you have, that balance.
But can you imagine Hillary Clinton as our vice president? Right.
Oh, no, our current president would not be around still.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he would have accidentally fell on some ice and shattered
That's
his
all I
knee
want to say about that.
in his head.
But
I'm
again-
just saying that. Yeah.
Again, going back to it, though, if we were only like military presidents, which I'm not going to say military presidents are the only way to go, but it would be a nice change of things. But let's say, I don't know. Let's say if he was still around. What?
You know what was nice was having a different type of president, a business president that I've called Trump enough to like say
that was very nice.
America's a
like,
business. It's a massive business.
Yeah.
But this is what I mean, though.
thing.
We had him, and though a lot of people don't agree with him, hell, I don't agree with half the stuff he says. A lot of it, yes, I do. Okay, so it's a little bit less.
I don't
than
agree
half
with
of it.
him as a on his personal side of it, but as a president,
The business side,
and
fantastic.
yeah, the man's ran our country really great.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, his legacy will probably be tarnished by the coronavirus because right now the agenda is to make it all seem like it's Trump's fault, which of course they're going to do because it's just a game at this point.
Yeah.
Facts.
But there's first few years he was doing a great job. We had unemployment rates below what they have been in a very long time.
Yeah.
I mean, I think one of the reasons, again, probably something you're not supposed to say in a podcast, but I'm going to say it anyways. I'm Republican. I always will be.
You're Republican?
Wait.
Oh my
One of
god.
the reasons I always will be is, and not taking shots at our past president, but Obama kind of proved the point of why I don't like the Democrats. They had that one dude's funeral. It was televised. I mean, not his funeral, his memorial service. You know what I'm talking about, the senator or whoever it was that recently died.
I don't, but
I'm
keep
drawing a
going.
big blank. Yeah, I'm drawing a big blank, but
Hold on, I'm drawing a blank. Let me look who it was.
But no, I agree. I agree 100%. I think that did Obama have certain things that he did well? Absolutely. Was he not Republican? Was he Democrat? Yes, he was. But did he do some good things for this country? Absolutely. I know that. I was not old enough. I was not old enough first term to vote.
I was
for
old
Obama.
enough to vote for either of his either.
Nope.
John Lewis, he recently passed away. Who was he fought for rights and all that, but pretty much Obama was there. Let me see if I can play this audio. Hold on.
We can witness our
Copyright.
federal government sending agents to use
It's the
tear
news,
gas
not
and
copyright.
batons against peaceful demonstrators.
Wait a minute.
We may no longer have to guess the number of jelly beans in a jar in order to cast a ballot. But even as we sit here, there are those in power who are doing their darndest to discourage people from voting by closing polling locations and targeting minorities and students with restrictive ID laws and attacking our voting rights with surgical precision, even undermining the Postal Service in the run-up.
So that was just a little clip of that whole thing. But to me, that right there, it's like you're at this dude's memorial service, right? He marched with Martin Luther King. He was a big deal in the African American community. And President Obama takes that opportunity because he knows he's still loved by Democrats. He's up there on stage. It's being televised. And to me, it sounds like he's taking jabs at the current Trump administration, which is that really the place to do it? He's had all this
At a
time.
memorial? No.
Exactly.
No.
But that's the game that the Democrats are playing. They're like, oh, you know what? This is a huge televised event.
Yeah, take
Let's go ahead and
advantage.
take these shots at people.
Yeah.
You know,
That's a little wrong.
It's like-
you know?
yeah. It's like, choose the time and the place. But of course, a lot of people will see that as that was a great speech. Obama did a great job. And they won't look at the fact of he just used this man's memorial service to make it his stage to talk down on the current president. And that's essentially where we are. The Republicans are taking shots at Democrats all the time. Democrats taking shots at Republicans.
Yeah.
And these college kids, depending on what state you're in, you're being taught to listen to one side or the other.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate, but that's where we are. We're not, I would say for the majority of society, we are not a free-thinking society. You know, it's a lot of...
Oh, yeah.
It's unfortunate, but I think that's kind of the way that it might be leaning nowadays.
Oh, that's the way it has been leaning.
It unfortunately is, yeah.
A lot of people aren't going to like this, but that was reported. They did a news report on it. The majority of people who voted for Obama came out and admitted, I only voted him because he was an African-American president. He was going to be
Yeah.
the first African-American. That was the thing. People didn't want to hear it, but that's the way it was.
That's true.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think that was part of his biggest, campaigning was, hey, I'm going to be the first African-American president. You know, like, hey, look at this. Like, did
Yeah.
he have some
Help
good
us
points
make
when he was-
history.
when he was, campaigning? Yes, he did. Yes, he did. But
And
that
Yeah.
was part of his biggest running platform.
Yep. But that's just how it is now.
Yeah.
I mean,
It is.
I think
Yeah.
wasn't Obama one of the first candidates to start campaigning on like Twitter and all that? Like he had the platforms
Yep.
to really just get his name out there.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, our current president does not use Twitter the way he should.
he may not
I
be
think-
always
okay.
doing the right.
So Trump has some great ideas. President Trump has some great ideas. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yes.
Does he word them properly? No. No, he does not. No, he does not word his ideas properly. Because he's not a politician. At the end of the day, he's not a politician. He's a businessman.
Yeah.
You know, if we had Obama that was running with these, because Obama's a politician, all right? He was a senator. Okay, Obama is a politician. If we had Obama wording these things properly, people would be like, oh my God, this is awesome. I love this. Even if we had someone, like Ted Cruz, if he was wording these, the way that Trump was saying, like, it would be totally different. Totally different.
I was gonna say, so the way you're saying it is like Evan was saying, the runner-up would be the vice president. That would kind of work for you, right? Because like they could at least like talk to the vice president and be like, well, they would help them like form the idea better, maybe, right? It's like, maybe he'd be able to fully form his idea in all the right words.
The correct
Nowadays, it seems
Yeah.
like our government is just based on who has the power. That's all it
Yeah.
is. Just
That's
you
what it
want
is.
the power. That's it.
That's what it is. Do I
And
have the
then-
most votes in the House? Yes, I do. All right, I'm gonna
Yes,
win.
I do. I win. Okay, boom. That's it.
Mhm.
Because, I mean, if you go through history, funny, I got the whole Honest Abe thing wrong, but I actually do like history a lot. One
What a great
One
way to
strike
start that, huh?
one strike against my accuracy there.
3 strikes and no more history talk from you.
No, if you honestly go through it with, and I'm going to bring up modern day topics. A lot of you might want to tune out on this one. Some of you won't. But the whole Black Lives Matter movement, I'm sorry, but you're going after Abraham Lincoln's statue. How stupid are you? Man fought for, African Americans to be free in this country. Let's go tear down his statue. Let's tear down everything involving George Washington and our founding fathers because they owned slaves. They did. I mean, no one's going to sit here and deny that they owned slaves, but not saying it's right, but that's the way the world was back then.
That's what I was going to say, too. Like, that's the time that they lived in. It's not right, obviously, but that's the time that they lived in. And, I mean, like, but then they pushed forward to make it so that would never happen again. So at least, like...
Exactly.
Exactly.
And I can't speak for, obviously, people in the African-American culture. I'm actually, I'm gonna say this right now. I'm going off on one of my rants. You're not African American. You're not African American. You're not Mexican American. You're none of those things. We're all, if you're born here in this country, we are American. I was watching these other guys. They made a very good point. African American implies that you were born in Africa. You moved here to America. And unless that, is your story exactly, you're not an African American. We're American here. A bunch of different races all living in one country, different heritages living in one country. That's just the way it should be. I personally feel like adding the race hyphen American, essentially it's a way for the government to track how many of certain race, heritages are voting which way. So they know who to who to try to swing over to their side.
Who to target.
Yeah.
I guess you could say who to target for those votes.
Exactly. Because that's all it is at this point. Because like Mexican American, unless you're born in Mexico and you came here, you're just American. It's I don't know. That's just how it is. And I think that's another reason what's gotten so wrong with this country. Even high school transcripts, college transcripts, you have to fill out like shit just to looking like we're looking at houses in Texas. Just to look at a house in Texas, one of the questions they ask you is, well, are you Hispanic? Are you Latino? Are you other? I live in this country. I'm American. I pay my taxes. I will show you my social security card if you must see it. But I was born in this country. Why does it matter, the other things? They also said there was a study that college programs, a lot of people think that it's the last name. They're like, oh, well, I have a African-American last name. Again, I'm using that term. I have a
we have to use that, okay? I get where you're coming from. It's politically correct.
But they like, oh, I have African-American last name. And the colleges came out and said it's not that. The truth was a little worse. But the way that they said it actually comes down to, like Nick Dominguez, he would probably get approved into a college over someone named like Jesus something blah 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 Dominguez. You can have the same last name, but the way that society kind of differentiates people is by your first name, because they feel Jesus comes more from a rougher area than someone who has a more white first name. Like a Tom Johnson will get approved more than a Jerome Johnson. And it's just off the first name, which is unfortunate, but it's not by race. It's by your first name. I could be named Mercedes and I won't get into a college. Actually, I won't get into a college because of my grades in high school. But that's
you were kind of stupid. Yes, that's why.
I mean, we both were.
But that has nothing to do with this.
What's this
all three of us
Neither
were.
here nor there.
What's this bullshit you're saying? Hold on.
He must be talking about me and him, not you. Sorry.
Bro, I had like a 4.0 in high school. Fuck you.
I don't know about 4.0, but probably a pretty good GPA.
I went to adult school.
Yeah, you're stupid.
See,
if you go to adult school, I'm not calling you stupid. He's just personally stupid.
And then Evan.
No, I think this is the part that pisses off. I think this is the part that pisses off my family. Nick had a 4.0. Joe, you say you had a 4.0. I barely graduated, but I have so much worthless knowledge. I was paying attention. I just hated my damn homework. I was like,
well, homework's bullshit.
I had that same issue with homework and not wanting to do it.
Not gonna lie, my girlfriend in high school would do a lot of my homework for me.
Sounds about right.
She would do a lot of my homework for me.
Sounds about right.
He'd do her, she'd do the homework.
Hey, simmer. Now my mom can't watch this. Motherfucker.
We're gonna have to watch this.
No, they're not.
If you're watching
Joe,
this, you fucked up.
We're sorry.
Fucked up.
I would like to apologize to everyone in my family for the contents you have just seen.
It was all just for fun, okay?
Same.
It was all a joke.
This was all made up. This was all made up.
It's all made up. It's all scripted.
It's all scripted.
Yeah,
it's all
we didn't watch porn together. It didn't happen.
Yeah, never. We just thought that would be funny. Speaking of scripted things that we thought were funny. Hey Nick, remember when we got arrested?
No, that didn't happen. What? No. Yeah.
We can talk about that later. Like somebody else has to say, like, I want to hear about that. Then we'll talk about it.
That's
Put a pin in that if you want to hear that story.
Right away, yeah.
If you want to hear that story, go ahead and send us an email.
Send that.
Yeah,
click that like button, and then go down, subscribe, and then go down and comment and say that you want to hear the story about when me and Evan and another friend of ours ended up getting arrested.
I just want to throw it out there. I was not a part of this at all, so
No,
was not a
Joe
part
wasn't there. Joe was not arrested. Just me and Evan.
just throwing that out there.
But yeah, so I mean, society nowadays, you either just you pick a side and you stick to it. It's just how it's going to be.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate,
It's very
especially
unfortunate.
with the whole riots that were happening. Kind of still happening.
I just remembered my point that I was going to before I went on that whole rant.
Can I throw this out there real
Abraham
quick?
Lincoln was the
I've
fourth
been on
president.
for about 1.5 hours because I texted my girlfriend when we started at 4:30.
Have we really been on for an hour and a half? Well, we're going to have to wrap this up soon.
Yeah.
A couple more points. A couple more points, then we'll
a couple
get
more
out.
points. I'm going to finish my point that I was making earlier. Going back to Democrats and Republicans way back when. I mean, essentially, and a lot of people I don't think know this because I don't think they're teaching it in schools. The party is essentially flipped. Abraham Lincoln, he was a Republican. He wasn't a Democrat. He was a Republican. He was fighting the Democrats on freeing the slaves, and the Democrats were the ones, out in the South that were like, no, we want them. They're free labor. That's just how it was. People don't see that. And nowadays, it's somehow, I don't know where in history it happened, but it's like someone was just like, you know what? You were red team, you were blue team, now you're blue team and you're red team. It's like, really?
Like they took the laser, tag gun and they're like, switch.
Yeah.
Switch, yeah.
Pretty much it.
Yeah. Or I don't know if maybe at some point a Democrat was like, hey, we should probably make up for what we did all those years ago and just bury it in the history books. Because let's face it, there are a lot of things that they don't teach in school anymore that probably should be taught.
100%.
Yeah.
Like I would think we should start American history earlier because, I mean, not that it's not important, but I think we can learn about Spartans and ancient Greece and those soldiers whenever the hell we want. I mean, it's on Google. Go look it up. Teach them about American history. American history is what? High school for a year?
If you're living in this country, if you're living in America, you should probably know a little bit about the American history versus, do I remember anything from the Roman,
Who was the ancient Greece philosopher that discovered this point? It's like, no.
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't
Do
know.
I know that Abraham Lincoln is the 16th president? Yes, I do.
You know the answer? Do you know the answer?
Who knows? I'm just joking.
That's my point. It's like, teach us our history. Sure, we're not the longest existing country. We've only been around for what, a couple hundred years?
1776.
1776. But was it? Yeah, 1776. Holy shit.
Yeah.
But
I remember that about history.
a lot has happened since 1776 and now that you're not going to cover in, I think actually where we went to high school, it was like half a semester. Because I remember learning about the Spanish conquering, Southern and Northern America. And then it was like, end of the school year, here's history. Good luck.
Yeah, sounds about right.
I definitely remember learning about the Battle of Pueblo, where Cinco de Mayo comes from in Mexico. Cool. That's awesome. But we should
awesome. What does that have to do with the price of tea in China?
What is it? I googled it. I googled it. And there are nothing. There's nothing for the price of tea.
China's free?
China's free. About free
tea in China is
you're
born.
born.
Looks so great in China.
Born, they just give you free tea. It's like the strip clubs. They just make it rain with tea.
It just go for. That's funny.
Oh, but yeah. All right, let's start to wrap this up. Let's talk about one more thing, one or two more things, and we should probably get going because people are like, oh God, these guys are fucking going.
Yeah, people are like,
they're like they've been ranting for a little bit too long. By the way, going back to the tea price of tea in China, it says the final price of tea in China varying from $10 to more than $1,000 for 500 grams, approximately 16 ounces of tea.
Nick doesn't know how to do very good research because Evan found that in about 0.2 seconds. So I'm just gonna throw that one out there.
It also says primarily the price of tea in China is determined by the region you are in and the quality of tea.
What about what is it? Beijing, right? Beijing's a big city out there.
Oh, good job, history buff.
I'm American history buff. I love American history.
Okay,
absolutely love it.
Sorry.
Absolutely love it. That's how I knew that Abraham Lincoln was the 16th president. Obviously,
I don't think you did not say that. Okay. You did not say that.
I said that. Yeah.
You did that.
Who was the 11th president?
Back to the footage. Hold
Holy
on,
crap.
I'll let you know in a second.
It says for all types of tea, no matter where you are, for U.S. citizens, it can be $10 to $350 plus U.S. dollars.
So
Okay.
about the same price.
Essentially.
Back to the
Handout.
11th president. That would be James K. Polk. Just in case
Who
anybody
the hell
wants.
is James
No
K.
one
Polk?
remembers Polk. No
What
one
do you mean?
remembers.
We
I'm
have.
I have no idea.
This is
No
what I
one
mean.
remembers
We learn U.S. history for half a semester, and we have 46 presidents. If you mean to tell me you're going to get 46 presidents, well, I mean 45. We will soon have a 46th. You're high. You can't do it.
Yeah.
And it was easier for us because like there was less presidents when I was in school.
That's true. That's true. I do remember from school though. However, common.
Wait, hold on.
I do remember
want
from school. What?
Joe, how many years before Nick were you in school?
I graduated when he was going into high school, so let's just
So
say
let me
that.
get this straight. When you were in school, Obama was president, right?
Yes.
There, yes,
And
very end,
how
yes.
long is it? How long is the presidential term?
Too many years.
4 years, Joe. You had
All right,
one less
fair enough.
president than us.
I forgot he was.
That's
Yeah.
actually
One less
not
president.
true because Obama was 2 terms. He was a 2-term president.
Okay,
So,
fine. Then he had 8
They had the
years.
same
in there.
number of presidents.
Yeah,
I guess
same
we're
number of
friends,
presidents.
huh? I forgot how close we are in age. My bad.
When Joe was in high school, JFK was still president, so he had a
Apparently.
lot less presidents.
Apparently.
That's what I thought, at least. You know.
Hey, the
That's what I
grassy
learned.
knoll. The grassy knoll is going to be for the next podcast. All right, that's a whole different thing. All right.
Oh, God.
All right, to wrap this
All
up,
right,
what
boys.
else we got?
Anyone
Yeah, what else
got
we
any
got?
last points? We're gonna go around one last time. Any last points, Sam?
I'm good. The outdoor channel is going to be doing great things. That's all you got to be looking out for is the outdoor channel.
Yeah, just expect some good content when you go onto the game channel. We're just gonna have some fun, mess around, just do our own thing. That's about it for us. What about you?
And if you enjoyed this episode, make sure to tune in. Hopefully, we will have another episode. Honestly, Nick, I know you're going to be traveling for work coming up, so maybe we can try to record another episode this upcoming week.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, we can do that.
Yeah.
I am on quarantine for work for the next couple of days, so
Yeah,
I'm not doing anything.
Maybe we could bang out a couple and then put out a
and
couple
then
right
just
there.
release them.
Yeah.
Time
These
skip them
channels, like we've said in the beginning, I know someone's probably going to count how many times we talked about this and be like, you spent like 30 minutes of your podcast. So we're up and coming. We're brand spanking new, fresh out the womb.
Fresh out the boat.
We want to get to the point where we can release content every week for you guys, as long as you guys are enjoying it, every week. I was actually thinking about this, and we could talk about this later, maybe even doing not necessarily a podcast, but maybe a 10 to 20 minute episode. I know I've seen a bunch of gaming channels do this, and they seem to be doing really well. I would love to do it. Us partner up with Joe for the gaming channel and do like game news for the week. We can release those. Maybe if we don't have so heavy content flow going through that week, we'd be like, look, we don't have video out this week, but this is what's going on for games this upcoming week. I know a lot of stuff has been cut down.
That's kind of what I was talking about earlier when like I want to like add other like layers to like our channels and stuff like that. So yeah, we could also have that kind of stuff rather than like just pure game content over and over again. But I absolutely love that.
We're gonna do things here and there. Obviously weekly updates for podcasts here and gaming and outdoor. Not to confuse it with, we're gonna do like gaming news with Joe, outdoor news. Maybe there's a tornado heading towards Nick.
I hope not, son.
Our
got me on the
updates
track.
on the podcast channel are going to be updates for the other 2 channels. So if you like it, make sure to subscribe and follow for hopefully content coming out soon. Anyone
If you
else wanna
don't,
say
still
anything?
press the thumbs up button. That's about all I gotta say.
No, just press the like button. If you don't like it, press the like button.
Subscribe. Thumbs up button, subscribe.
Hey, pretend that we're your family. Pretend that we're like your cousin that you never see and you don't want to hurt his feelings, and just hit that like button.
Evan's
miss
a little
us.
bit more of the awkward
want to
cousin.
hang out
but
with us.
Yeah, a little bit. Hey, of yours. I think this was a great first podcast. Joe,
It was a little long, but very good. I
Well,
feel like.
actually, you'd be surprised. I find a lot of podcasts that are more towards an
Podcast.
hour 50.
So then,
So I think
a
we're
little
probably gonna
short.
do about an hour and a half. Probably.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Because, I mean,
based. Yeah.
like this went pretty quickly. I feel like we were just blowing through stuff. We were talking. The
Oh,
whole
it definitely
time.
went by quick. I did
wasn't
not
a-
feel like I was sitting here
yeah.
for an hour and a half.
No,
100% no.
no. Yeah, definitely not.
But yeah, if you guys like the content, please like and subscribe to all our channels. Before we get off, totally just hit me. If you want, and please want to, Jesus Christ. I did not expect the video to be playing on my phone. If you want, make sure to follow us on Instagram at PDS Outdoors and follow us
All
on
lowercase?
PDS. Yeah, all lowercase. Thank you, Nick. Also, make sure to follow us at PDS TV Podcast. Those are our only two channels. We have combined the gaming and the podcast channel under one. We didn't want to throw out 3 different channels and then have to update on 3 different channels, especially with the gaming and outdoors. A lot of their stuff might still appear on the podcast channel just because, like we said before, it's the main channel. Outdoors, the reason they have their own separate channels because Nick will be posting some stuff that not everyone wants to see, you know?
Yep. Not everyone wants to see a dead deer hanging. Not everyone wants to see.
No.
If you go on there right now, there's actually a couple of me holding some fish. I did release them, all right, but not everyone wants to see me holding the fish.
No, not everyone. Some people don't like that. That's why he has his own separate channel because he's a little special.
He needs his own channel. That's why.
But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe to PDS TV Podcast on YouTube. What are our YouTube
Yeah,
channels? Are they
Next time we'll get it right.
PDS podcast on YouTube. No.
PDS?
Fuck me,
No.
dude. We need to write this stuff down, bro. Oh my god.
Hold on,
Go to the YouTube right now. Hold on.
Joe?
I'm
Entertain them
playing
while we
stuff
look at
on
the YouTube.
All right.
Look at this magic
How
trick. Fuck.
you entertained? Yeah, it's like.
Hey, remember
Oh,
earlier we
no.
were talking about the power of editing? Here we go.
All right, so go to, so it's going to be PDS Gaming, 2 words. PDS is going to be all uppercase. PDS Outdoors, 2 words again, PDS all uppercase, and then PDS Podcast. Those are going to
Next
be.
time we'll have it read on
channels.
cards and we'll hold it up to the screen next time. We'll be like,
Yes, hopefully. Actually, next time we should probably make that our names. Actually, technically, no, that is our names. If you can see our names on this recording, I don't know if they'll pop up or not. Those are our YouTube channels. Go
God,
there,
I'm
like,
stupid.
subscribe, our content coming out, and we'll see you guys next time.
shoot.